In this video, I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step guide on how to create a Nadal build that you can use online in TopSpin 2K25. With this build, I tried my best to find a good balance between replicating Nadal's playstyle while also staying competitive against all the meta builds you're going to come up against. It's also perfect timing since you can use him in the live clay court tournaments. So without further ado, let's get straight into his base stats. Nadal's strongest shot was his forehand, so upgrade his base forehand to 69, which becomes 89 after coach and fittings boosts. There haven't been many better forehands than Nadal, so there's a good argument for giving him an even higher rating by messing with the fittings I went with. But the topspin invasion skill fits him perfectly, and this is going to end up maxing his forehand at 89. This is still a higher rating than he got in topspin 4, and don't worry because he can definitely still hit big forehands. Nadal's backhand was solid and reliable, but not as dominant as his forehand. We're going to upgrade that to 67, which becomes 79 after boosts. Just like the Roddick build from my last video, this backhand rating looks low, but with high power, it just doesn't feel like a weakness. We can still use his backhand to hit good defensive shots, and we're also able to finish off points pretty well. And since we know low rated serves are overpowered in this game, we're not going to touch his base serve. Obviously, we're not going to touch his volley as well, which gives us more points to spend on speed and stam. Then we're going to upgrade his base power all the way up to 67 so that we can get 87 power after boosts. This is a good amount more than Nadal had in topspin 4, and you can argue that he deserves it because he generates a lot of power when he goes for flatter offensive shots. Nadal also doesn't have a weak serve, so the 87 power makes his 40 rated serve we gave him very usable. And we know that high power builds are the meta in 2K25, so this is going to help with competing online. Then we're going to set his base speed to 63, which is going to become 79 after boosts. In his prime, Nadal had top tier core coverage, so it wouldn't be right to go any lower here. But I find that going any higher on this helps marginally, so we're going to save some points on it. One of Nadal's greatest attributes was his stam and his relentlessness, so make his base stam 64, which is going to become 85. This high of a rating might be overkill for online, but Nadal definitely deserves every bit of it. Most players will have nowhere near Nadal's stam, so in long rallies, the opponent usually runs out of gas first, giving us a big advantage. When players run out of stam, I haven't noticed that they get too much slower, but they definitely hit more shots into the net when they don't time their shots well. Next, we're not going to touch base reflexes, and this becomes 58 after boosts. Nadal's returns weren't his best weapon, and without any return skills, you're going to need great timing to have a chance at taking return games. Personally, I found the most success with flat returns at the opponent's feet, but even then, it's sometimes difficult to counter the meta serves out wide that pull you way out of the court. I've also found it useful to mix in different types of shots to get the opponents timing off after their serve. But if you manage to get yourself into the point, this build is good defensively. This is partially because Nadal can cover the court well with his speed, but he was also known for hitting deep and with heavy topspin, and this is a pretty effective tactic in the game. This is why I went for set 3 fitting, specifically strengths fitting 21, grip fitting 27, and frame fitting 18. This unlocks topspin invasion, which means that our topspin shots get better and better as we use them in a rally. Topspin control shots are great for when you're playing defensively because they give you time to reposition while also forcing the opponent to hit a more difficult and deep ball. So when you combine Nadal's stam and these shots that get progressively better, it's difficult to play him in long points, just like in real life. You have to be good with your timing though, because when you don't perfect time a control shot, it can lead to an easy winner for high powered builds. Next, you're going to want to use this coach, and once you max him out, we unlock shot counter. How many highlight reels have you seen where Nadal smacks a winner out of nowhere when he's down in the point? This gives us that ability when we perfect time a powerful shot from the opponent. The coach also gives us fatality, which helps us put away weak shots in the open court with more precision. I will say that it might be more meta to put more into reflexes and less into your stam. You could also go for set 2 fittings instead of set 3, which would give you more power and return service counter, but the point of this build is to emulate Nadal's style, and I think this does a pretty good job. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys off with this 40 shot rally I had with a Nadal build online. If you like this video, consider subscribing for more builds. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you all next video.